And the microphone is on. Welcome, everyone. Boy, I'm having all kinds of troubles here. Trying to do multiple things at the same time, and I just got the squirrel back on the other camera. So Squirrely is having his cookie, and we got him. Pardon me. And yeah, I don't know what the heck he's doing, but he's grabbing pieces and going. So anyway, it's cool. I'm glad that's happening. I just got the other software back up and running, sort of. Still got to do some more work on it, but not a big deal. The wonderful squirrel is doing his thing there, and he can't get at the last cookie. It's too far in. He doesn't want to crawl in there. We gotta go help him out. Hang in there, you guys. I'll be right back. Oh, never mind. Squirrely took off. It's okay. He'll be back later. We'll take care of him. Anyway, oh, enough fun. The squirrel is so much fun. I gotta love it. But anyway, I'm trying to keep myself in good spirits here, even though I am cooked. It is 35 degrees Celsius here in my office, and it is absolutely hot outside. So that is kind of the way it is right now for us. Surprisingly, setting another record today here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And of course, the temperature just touching 33 degrees Celsius. So for August 31st, that is definitely a record, and we're cooking, we're feeling it, we like it, we're feeling it. I'm glad it's still this temperature. Anyway, I'm glad to have everyone on board today, and of course on screen right now, first thing that we see is Sakurajima in Japan. And of course, the reason we popped that one on is because it was easy. And since it was so hot, I see the ice cream boat is down there. I did hear the ice cream truck go by here, and I was really thinking I really need to run down there and get an ice cream. And of course, being inside here, of course, you're just wearing shorts, that kind of thing. And I figure, okay, well, I better put some clothes on and stuff. And then I went. I heard the ice cream truck went around the corner, but I could still hear the bells ringing. They got that noisy stuff. Anyway, so I want to. I seen it go by, and it looked pretty good. They had a big, it was actually one with soft ice cream in it. But anyway, I got out there and got around the corner, and I kid you not, it's so hot out. Yeah, that's what happened to the ice cream truck, you guys. I can't explain it. The ice cream truck literally melted. So yeah, I didn't get an ice cream. I'm sorry. It was bad. It's too hot out. So no boy. Anyway, it was a bad day, and no ice cream for me today. So it's all good, you guys. Okay, let's get over to volcanoes. Actually, let's get into things here before we get going too much. And thanks, Mona. Thanks, everyone. And thank you, Piggy, for sending me that. Oh, that really did go over well. That is awesome. Gotta love it. You get out to the ice cream truck and it's gone. But oh, wow. Yeah, things melt. It's wonderful. And let's go somewhere where it's a little cooler or hotter, however you want to look at it, which is interesting nonetheless. Is that okay? Is that live from CA? No, live from Edmonton. Oh, it was one of those things. One of those things. It happened. Anyway, Oh, first off, welcome to the moderators, Arizona Snowman and Piggy and C&D Boy and possibly Joseph Fields Official and Gary 24/7 AZ or 24/7 Live AZ Skies or C&D Boy. Any one of them could be happening here and doing their thing. So glad to have all the wonderful moderators on board. And that is really nice of them to come and help out and things like that. And anyway, a first person in today, and I did manage to write that down, and it was Kevin Haynes. Kevin gets the cookies today, and that is awesome. So there you go, Kevin, some cookies for you. And let's carry on with what we're looking at. Okay, I turned back the time a little bit to 1834 so we could see what Iceland was looking like. And of course, there is our Siggy vent, and it is kind of smoking and steaming around it and stuff like that. Looks a little ominous. But unfortunately, no new lava. And nope, Kevin Williams was first. Was it Kevin Williams? Oh boy, did I mess up? I thought it was Kevin Haynes. Let me see if I can scroll back up that high. No, I'm pretty sure, well, on mine it said Kevin Haynes. Hello, Dr. Fox and Lava fans. Okay, you're confusing me. I'm confused now. Yes, and nope, I scrolled up. It was Williams. Oh, wow, wow. All right, Kevin Williams. All right, my bad. I had scrolled up. Maybe it was already off my screen here. I was busy doing things, so I plead insanity. Kevin Haynes, give back those cookies. Oh, there we go. We'll pass them to the right one. And yeah, when I scrolled up, that's who was on the top of my list. But I may have already had people, or that list going up. So I plead the fifth, but he licked them. No, Kevin Haynes, you keep those cookies, okay? Oh, Kevin Williams, I hope you got your cookies. And it was my mistake. Blame it on me. I'll take it. I got big shoulders, sort of. But yeah, I did it. It was my bad. So anyway, all good, you guys. Well, we got cookies handed out. Let's see if I can mess up who's all here. So we'll start out with, hey, Big Toe and Tetra. Welcome. Juliet is also here. Sasha is in the house. Sarah Miles is here. Hermione Schaefer. Welcome, Hermione. King Colin Deadman. And did I say Juliet? How about Kevin Haynes? Yeah, okay. Sue Hayes is here. Brian Perfectability 999 also here. Kirst Chaplin, welcome. Grandma B also on the house. Mona Alfano is here. Sandra Rockland, welcome. Did we get you, Sasha? Possibly. But Connie Tyree also here. And going up some more, looking for more wonderful names like Tom Dice. And let's see, who else we got in here? Sarah Miles, welcome. And going up some more, looking for more names. Maybe we can find a few. Already got Grandma B. Going up some more here. Chatty bunch, which is always nice though. Let's see. James Bong, welcome back. Good to see you. Kate is also in the house. Welcome, Kate. Going up a little bit more to see who else I can find or not find. Did I say Sandra Rockland? I hope so. I did now, anyway. Going up some more here. Who is that Nightbot that I keep seeing? That guy keeps popping up all the time. Never get a response from him, though. Not a logical one, anyway. Going up some more. Vincent Afton, welcome back. Glad to have you on board. Ebito, welcome. Glad to have you here. And Matoma, Maria, welcome. Glad to have you back. Henry Nelson also in the house. And going up some more, looking for more wonderful names. And let's see who else we got in here. Scrolling as quick as I can. Bo, welcome back. Glad to have you on board. And I'm looking for more wonderful people. Scott Hartman, welcome. And who else we got? That is as high up as I can get, and that's all I see up in the top. Okay, back down at the bottom. If I did not call your name out and you're in here, like Carl Fowler or someone like that, don't get mad. I don't do it on purpose. Sometimes I miss names, like Mona Alfano, and I think I got her anyway. But you know, sometimes I do miss names, and it happens, and I don't do it on purpose. I try to say hi to everyone. As you guys know, I consider you all part of the big family, so that's what we try to do here, is keep it family-oriented. Diane Craig just popped in as well. Welcome. And Tom Truelove, good to see you. And I think we're good for right now, name-wise, and yeah. Good sir, thanks. All right, Tom. Anyway, looking at what we see in Iceland, that of course is from a few hours back already. Things are fairly quiet, and we did look at the harmonic tremor chart, and it was somewhat, well, again, it had my hopes and spirits up. I was looking and I'm going, yes, 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 keep going. And then what happened? We know what happened. It decided to go weird on us. So it went back down, and then it went back up a little bit, and then it's kind of on a downward trend again. But the fact that it is still doing these cycles tells us that we do still have a chance of something possibly coming up. And as you can see, that purple was way over the 4,000 mark, green almost there, and I thought, yay, you know, we're going to get something. And it was, like I say, back down the hill. So I don't know exactly what it is going to do now, but I hope it goes back up, and we'll see what happens in the next 24 hours or so, and hopefully it will head back up for us to keep us happy. Quick peek down at the other ones now. I know there were a bunch of quakes out off the coast, a whole swarm, and I just want to have a look at the Grindavik chart and see how that compares. And there's the Grindavik one, and it is not, well, it's a lot cleaner looking, but it does still have some of the activity in there, the extra little tremors and stuff showing. But yeah, it basically shut back down about the same time. It looks like the blue was the leader, then the green, and then of course our purple or extra low frequency, or extremely, is it extremely low frequency? Yeah, extremely low frequency is what dropped down last. And it's unfortunate, not much we can do. I'm going to scroll this back up a little bit. And yeah, I was looking at this one here. I thought, yay, that'd be cool. And get all our colors back up over that magic line. Or we'll use this one. I like this one. It looks nice. It should be erupting, right? No. Unfortunately, I'm not. So that is that is what we got. So back to the Fraggerdelfjeld, and there we are, looking pretty good. And let's have a look at those earthquakes. So I want to get onto that map. There we go. And of course, there is all of Iceland. I'm actually going to zoom out just to look for other ones around the edges. I don't see any right now. I do have it set for 24 hours right now. And what I was referring to, and well, let's go over to Ragnar first and see what's right around that area. And we do see some here up in the top of the hill, and then going over into the valley on the other side. 0.45, this happened at 7:02 a.m., 6.4 kilometers down. This one 0.23, 2.1 kilometers down, 6:36 this morning. And then we had a 2.5 clicks down, 36 minutes after midnight. And this one from 3:19 a.m., 0.92, 4.2 kilometers down. I'm not going to worry about these other ones. This is a little bit more interesting, but a lot deeper, 8.5 kilometers down for this 0.51 from 5:05 a.m. And again, this is our vent here, and that is kind of what, if we zoom in, I don't know if they still have names on them, no. But that is where we are, our basic vent, so that's kind of what we were looking for. This 0.63, 5.4 kilometers down from 1:14 a.m. Then we have a 0.47, 3.1 clicks down from 2:25. We also have a 6.3, from 6:32 this morning, a 0.26. There we go. Dyslexia is taking over today. 2.9 kilometers down for that guy. And that is kind of what we see in the general area. The other one's a little bit bigger in some spots, but fairly deep. And that's 7.8 kilometers down. This is 4.3 for that 1.5 from 2036. We also had these guys down here on the peninsula, but what was interesting was this swarm out here off the coast a little bit, and kind of made a guy go, what's going on? 13.5 kilometers down for that 2.04, 8:25 a.m. I'm just going to pick off the big ones. Another 2.04, 10 kilometers down, 4:39 a.m. That kind of thing. 2.1, 13 kilometers down, 4:36 a.m. And let's see, what's your biggest ones here? Well, I'll do this 1.6, 10 clicks down, 3:46 a.m. and another 1.49, 10 kilometers down, and 3:29 a.m. So they seem to like that 10 kilometer mark for some reason, and that is very interesting, and there was quite a few of them, so very, very neat. This one was 13.8 clicks down, 1.34 was the magnitude, and at 8:24 a.m. So that is kind of interesting to see out there off the coast. And again, I don't believe our magma chamber goes out that far. I think that is situated in here, and no further out. So this may be some new action. Don't know what's going on there. Quick pop. Looks like over here at Hekla we had something, and that is a 1.99. 1.5 kilometers down from 11:34, and that's interesting. And Hekla does not need many quakes before it actually erupts. We may see a little bit of activity as far as tremors, but it could erupt fairly quickly, from my understanding, since it is on a kind of a hotspot of sorts. So it can. It's very similar to Astja. It doesn't take much for it to take off. Anyway, the other one here near Katla, that is a 1.5, 5.2 kilometers down from 1713. And then we get over here by Grimsvatn, and that is a 1.99, 9.1 kilometers down. And it didn't give me the time. 1410, there we go. We also see a 0.89 down here, 8.1 kilometers down from 6:14 a.m. Sliding up to Astja, we see a 1.3 that happened just a little while ago, 2308, and that is 6.9 kilometers down. And there is also a 0.16 from 9:52 this morning, and that is 5.8 kilometers down. And that is good for there. We also had a 0.82 here, 2.6 kilometers down. Not sure exactly where that is located, if that is at that, where that mine is. It might be. So we'll leave that be, not going to worry about it too much. There's actually a couple of quakes there. The 0.4, 2.3 kilometers down, also same time, 2154. Let's scroll up here a little bit, and I do see a couple out here in the water. Nothing special. 1 and 2.8 kilometers down 22:49 the time on it. So not bad, but in general, really doesn't throw anything into the soup, if you will. Let's see, will that change? Yeah. So here's on the other map what it looks like, and it's pretty mundane. There's not a heck of a lot to it. Again, we're not seeing the activity right here around Kilauea or Fragerdelfjall, which is kind of disappointing. But we do see that swarm out there. Not going to bother going over that. We do also have those on the peninsula. And this map, of course, shows 1s and higher. But yeah, that's about it. And not too much else that we have for earthquakes. And of course, as I mentioned, the harmonic tremor chart, kind of disappointing us once again, but hey, that is the way it is. Not much we can do to make that any different, as much of a disappointment as it might be, right? But we'll keep an eye on it. Okay, looking at the time, I did want to talk about something else here for a minute. Piggy had a lot of earthquakes in her area today, and we kind of counted. There was well over 30 quakes just to the north of her. And of course, you can see this is the one on the USGS. Let me get onto that page. I do have different maps loaded up, so we can look at them slightly differently. And here's a good example. Of course, this is Kos down here, Kos, Greece, and that is where Piggy is. So, and this is where these quakes were happening. And it's very interesting to see them swarming in that area. And I was trying to bust my head going, why is that happening there? Because I know the, what is it, the Hellenic subduction area is down here. And that wouldn't be affecting this area here. And then, of course, she is on the Aegean microplate here. And of course, I can't remember what the heck, what is it, Anatolia? Anatolia plate this year, microplate. So what's happening, and I do actually have a picture of this Excuse the ice cream truck here for a second. Um, there we go. That will kind of tell you what's happening there. And as you can see, the Anatolia plate, which is over on the right hand side there, you can see the top portion of it is moving at 20 millimeters per year, and the bottom is only moving 10. So something is being twisted there or stretched a little bit, and of course that is pushing onto the Aegean microplate, and that causes it to move down. And of course that again is right up top there, and I got to get my crayons working here. There we go. Hopefully that'll work. Turn them on. Okay, so those quakes, if I'm in the right spot, we're about here, maybe up just a tad bit more, but right in that area. So what's happening is we're getting pressure from that plate pushing against the other plate, and of course the Eurasian plate is pushing downward on here, and so the whole thing, what it's actually doing is it's curving, and it's kind of doing one of those things, and that is really what's going on over there as far as I can tell. And you know, for the most part, I mean, it's pretty interesting to see that. But Piggy getting all of those, you know, that is pretty nasty to be able to have to feel all those quakes coming, and some of them were sizable. So interesting, nonetheless, and don't mind them calling this plate fixed. They basically use that as an anchor point to show the motion, how things are moving there. But yeah, I was just thinking, Piggy, if you go away from home for 10,000 years, you do realize your house will be about 34 meters away from where it was. I don't know if that makes any sense. But anyway, let's clear off those crayons, and we'll leave that one alone. I just figured I'd throw that in. Yeah, if you go time traveling, Piggy, take plate tectonics into thoughts. Yeah. 10,000 years. Yeah, sure. Why not? Oh, yeah, I don't know. That'd be pretty awesome. You come back and your house is moved. Boy, that'd be cool. Yeah, quick vacation. That's actually something you really got to take into consideration for time traveling as well. If you're going back or forward in time, plate tectonics play a big role in that. So if you're ever going time traveling, please remember that. Make sure your coordinates are correct, and don't go too far into the future or the past, because you may miss things. I only have watched for 1196 years. Hey, Irish monk, welcome. I'm glad to have you on board. It's Pepsi time. I thought so. Anyway, yeah. And Irish monk will attest to the fact that these microplates are actually pivoting, or kind of making an arc here, and causing that subduction down on the Hellenic subduction zone. Pretty cool. Anyway, we'll leave that be, you guys. I just think it's hilarious. Okay, back to a volcano of sorts while I go on break. Make sure the TARDIS is programmed correctly. That's right, Linda. If you are off a little bit, you could be in trouble. Not just old man time. Okay. Well, the ice cream boat is in. Maybe you can get an ice cream there rather than the melted ice cream van around the corner from my place. But we'll leave it at that. Keep smiling, everyone. For those good people who are here, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, by all means, do hit that wonderful like button. Help us out. Also, if the sun goes around the center of the galaxy. Yes, absolutely it does. And I was corrected not too long ago on that very thing, Michael. Apparently it takes about 260 million years, 250 to 260 million years. I was told previously from, and read it in several books actually, that it was between 34 and 36 million years, but it is in fact 260 million years, to do one revolution. But that's all right. Keep that into your time calculations. You need to do that. Anyway, space-time coordinates, very important. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'm going to take a 5-minute break and get my space-time coordinates sorted out. Keep smiling, and please hit that like button. Thank you. Okay, the microphone is back on. Welcome or welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you on board. I see people are throwing all kinds of questions in there with Piggy. Let me do this. I'm going to go onto that map, and we are going to zoom in and show you where there is Piggy's wonderful. And I know I'm going to butcher it again. Nisaros volcano is located, and Piggy is here, and this is the volcano. Okay, so another little thing in between, and then there's where Piggy is, and this is Nisaros, if I said it right, and that is the volcano. Yes, Piggy, I got it right. Isn't that neat? I got lava from there, from you. Thank you. And, yeah, that's as close of a zoom as we can get. But that is right there. And the earthquake swarm is up here, just so you guys can see. That is where that is. And again, Piggy is here, earthquake swarm up here. And that's... a little distance, but still feelable. So there you go. Hopefully that is clear as mud for everyone, and that is all right. Let's head over to Sicily, since we're not too far away from there, and let's see what it looked like during the day here. I'm going to back up with our wonderful time machine and go back a few hours, about 5-6 hours, roughly 5.5 hours. You do see some pluming coming off of the volcano. Some of that is in fact just clouds developing there, but there is a little bit of pluming happening from Mount Etna. Not a heck of a lot. If we go back a little bit further, we had more cloud in the way and a little bit more difficult to see, but it is there. It's doing its thing. And then earlier in the day, of course, horrible, lots of clouds, nothing we can really look at. But evening time, it wasn't too bad, but it was still smoking, still doing some stuff. Unfortunately, no visible lava or anything like that, so that is what we've got. Everything else seems to be still on a simmer stage there, but it's doing its thing. So hopefully we'll see it come back to life one of these days. So that's it for Sicily. We'll put that back to live, and that is what we're seeing right now, unfortunately, in the dark. And of course, we were looking at our Siggy Fisher right there. That is actually from 1910 time-wise, as you can see down on the bottom here. And that is what we were looking at. And right now, of course, you can't see it if we put it back to alive. Let's go over to the Azores, though. And what happened to my Azores? Ha! No wonder I can't see it. Azores, come on, refresh, and let's look at the Azores real quick. There you go. Bright lights in the front or foreground are the harbor and one of the small towns or settlements there. The lights across the strait are from Pico Island, various different communities. For those who aren't familiar, here's a quick shot during the day so you know what it looks like. That's from a few weeks back, so not current, but still gives you an idea what you're actually looking at, since it is dark there. And there's the lights. And we do have another one, a little cove that we look at, and that little cove, of course, we look down on the bottom here for how much white water is showing up to give us an idea how rough the ocean is. But we're not here to look at the ocean, we're here to look at earthquakes. So what we do see is 4 earthquakes for today. Let me make that a little wider, there we go. and 1.6 at 2:10 a.m. is the first one. Then we have another 1.6 at 3:47 a.m. Also on Sao George, of course, and then 2.4 at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or 1500, if you will, and that is sizable. And then we had another 2.2 at 1509 or 3:09 p.m., and that is kind of the limit of what we're seeing there. Let's take a look at the other map and see if we can find anything else on it out further in the depths of the waters, and just have to get in the right spot here and make that a little bit bigger, or a wider, yeah, bigger map. There we go. And right away we don't see anything over here in the calderas. We do see this on the other island where the other volcano is, that Terceira, and that is 11 hours ago, 2.1. If we zoom in here now, there you can see it at 2.1, and that is in fact right in the volcano, or very close to the caldera right there. So that gives you a pretty good idea of what we're seeing. And sliding back over to Sao George, or Sao Harte, and there we go, 20 hours, 1.6, 19 hours ago, 2.2, 1.6, 22 hours ago, and 2.4, 9 hours ago. This one is a little odd or out of place. Typically they're over here or in here. The uplift area, of course, was on the other side here. So this one is slightly an oddity, but 2.4 is still sizable, and things that make you go, sliding down just to take a look, and it appears that they are all surface quakes. So that is very interesting. All four on Sao George, as well as the one over on the other island there. So all basically surface quakes. We don't need to worry about trying to look at the map there. It's pretty simple, or the chart. Everybody knows they're all at the top. So that's what we've got for those right now. And we will leave that there. We'll pop over to our next location, and of course that will be Popocatepetl. And let's see if we can find it. And yes, it's not covered by clouds today. I am amazed. And yes, that is a live shot. That is at 1847, and that is within a minute of when we seen it. So pretty awesome. We do see a light coating of snow, but not a heck of a lot. Now remember what I was saying. It seems that our colder air aloft has moved down a little bit and is keeping a lot of the other stuff down on the bottom. Kevin Haynes just gifted a membership. Wow, Kevin, that is awesome. Thank you. And Kevin Haynes, got it that written down. It's not Kevin Williams. Gifted one. Okay, got it. Nice. Thank you very kindly, Kevin. And we'll see who gets that one. That'll be cool. And awesome. Okay, so going back in this guy a little bit, we'll pop back to the golden times when the sunshine first hit it, and that gives us about 12 hours or so, roughly. 11 hours ago, we did have a little bit of a puff there, right around there. That is at 7:23 a.m. And we do have a little bit of that material coming out of there, brown smoke, not the typical white steam that we see coming off of this puff or smoke. Wow, I don't know what you want to call it, but it is definitely got some pyroclasts or something in there, ash, and who knows whatever else may be flying around in there. You know, a couple aliens, all kinds of things. Volcano bugs. I have no idea what's all in there. But that is what we did see. And yep, possibly, Sarah, they could be causing it. It's all caused by pressure. And it obviously had enough pressure to force that material up and out. And there's definitely a lot of ash and burnt material in there and things like that. So, volcano belch, in a way, yep, fairly long one at that because it is still coming out of there. So, okay, hang on a tick, I'll be right back. Kittens are squabbling. Oh, those kittens. How dare they squabble during the stream? Welcome, Amelia. Glad to have you on board. And let's see, if we move that ahead a little bit, we did have a couple more, I think, but later it was more steam looking material than smoke coming out, and we do see that in a couple of spots here. Not that active, and there you go, you can see what's happening. And I'm trying to see if it had another place. I don't watch them all day long, so sometimes I miss little eruptions here and there. And I know the clouds got in there and messed things up for a while as well. And about 6 hours ago, that's what it was actually looking like. It did clear up, though, after a while. And that was about here, and that is about 2.5 hours ago. And you notice there's hardly any snow on there now at that point. And then we go back into the clouds, and then, of course, it comes back out after a little while. And it's covered in white stuff. So, yep, definitely had some cold clouds going over top of it, and you can see that right there. And of course it is continuing to steam off and do some eruptive stuff. So whoa, hang on, where's that? This is the one I wanted. Right there was a better one where you can see both that steam coming out as well as a lot of that pyroclast material, ash, etc. Coming up, and possibly chunks of tephra and so on being thrown out and ejected. And that definitely is interesting to see how, you know, you have both coming at the same time. And it does look pretty awesome, and I like it. It is pretty cool. That's impossible. What do you mean that's impossible? It's happening. You can see it right there on the screen. Mona Alfano. Lots and lots of ash and stuff coming out now. So pretty awesome. And it's likely got 2 or 3 different events in it. And that may be what's causing it up at the top. We really don't know. Imposing. Oh, my bad. I can't read half the time. Things are moving. No, that's imposing. Who's imposing on whom? Snow? Oh, anyway. All right, now that I'm thoroughly confused, we'll leave it at that. Love the amount of material that came out this time, though. It did look really cool. And I thought, hey, not bad, not bad. At least we got something popping up. An expression of endearment from Irish Monk, I'm afraid. Very, very afraid. Be very afraid? Irish Monk, what's he doing? don't worry about that old guy. He'll be all right. He's now that he's 1196 years old, he's doing his thing. He's gone wild. I think he must be coming into that age where things get a little bit more wild for him. Why do humans see mushrooms and clouds? Our past enjoyment of autumn? I don't know. I don't know. Mushrooms will grow in the summer a lot more than they do in the autumn, perhaps. I don't know what kind of mushrooms that you're talking about, but yeah, they do. Mushrooms in the clouds. I don't know how tasty those are. He's harmless? Okay, I guess he's just an old guy that's harmless, Linda. Not a problem. I am not your mummy, Irish monk. Oh, imposing definition, a grand and impressive appearance. Ooh, and I think this is actually pretty neat to see this thing. I didn't realize this eruption was as long as it was coming out of Popocatepetl, and that is pretty awesome. Anyway, I think we will be leaving it here for the break to see what else will happen. I see a Sasquatch skiing down that mountain. A Sasquatch? Oh, I think down there they call him Yeti. I'm not sure. I thought Sasquatch were up a little further north. But then again, I'm not an expert on these things. Yeah, Yetis, aren't those the ones that like volcanoes more? They're just a different tribe of Sasquatch, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's see. But yeah, that is actually throwing out a fair chunk of material. I wonder if that's about 20 minutes ago. I'm wondering if, yeah, if that's still going. No, it did quit. Darn it. I was hoping it would keep going, but no, it looks like in another 5 or 6 minutes it'll stop and regroup, maybe charge up for another volley of throwing material out, but definitely nice to see that it is erupting a little bit and giving us a little bit of a show. Hopefully that ash is not going to affect anyone in the local area, and hopefully those people will all be okay down below. And yeah, I don't think it's that bad if it's just throwing up a little bit of ash for 10-15 minutes and then it quits. Anyway, let's look at the other views here real quick. This is from the other side. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see too much of anything there. Here's that plume, though, and you can see it from this direction, slightly different, but you can see how large it actually is, which is kind of nice and interesting. And if we go to the third view, I don't think we're going to see much of that in there. If we back that up a little bit, yeah, the sun is hitting it in an odd angle, so I'm not able to see it as well on this view. But this one is pretty good. It shows how tall it is and everything, and that is a little bit closer up for sure. So pretty awesome. Let's just go over to Fuego for a minute and look at the gray screen. And I'm scanning to see if we seen Fuego. What is that? Oh, there it is. It made an appearance, but not for long. This is about 1 hour and 40 minutes ago. Tiny little puff coming off of there right now. But that is about it. Scanning back to see if we had any other openings in our clouds. and I don't see any as of yet. Oh, hang on, we've seen a plume coming up here in between time. Right around here, maybe we'll back up a little bit, and we can watch this come out. And yeah, so this was a Fuego at 9:45 a.m. and it too was doing something similar to what Popocatepetl is doing. Although Fuego does it very frequently, so you see quite a few of these plumes come out of it, and it is pretty wild. And I like it. I like it. I'm going back a little bit further here, looking to see if I can find. There's a bigger one that I did see earlier. I wanted to get right on it. Yeah, there. Would be about here, and it started off actually in the clouds. It was difficult to see, and there it goes. And we'll let it play from there. And of course, the camera, they only take 1 frame per second kind of thing sometimes, and it's hard to tell what's going on. But that one was a little speedier one, and yeah, sure, if you want to look at that and say, oh, I see a mushroom and mushroom cloud, that's for sure. I'm not sure what kind of mushroom, but that is what you're seeing. So yeah, could be one of those German ones, Pfefferling. I really want some of those, but I can't get them here. I want to make goulash with them, but just don't have them here, darn it. And that is something. No, not portobello. They're called Pfefferling in German, and I don't know what the translation would be into English, but yeah, somebody send me some. That would be awesome. Anyway, that is looking pretty astute as far as the eruptions that we typically see. Unfortunately, we've got all that cloud in the way. That's not helping us. Stop mentioning mushrooms. Oh boy, I live in the Burren. Okay. Fairy mushrooms? Okay, we won't get into those. I've never seen a fairy mushroom, but that's all right, Sue. Anyway, that is what Fuego was doing earlier this morning, and of course we had other little popping shots out of it as well, but nothing as pleasant as that last one. And I'm just trying to go back in time here and see if we can actually see one of these other ones. And maybe I'll leave you on there for the duration of the break. Anyway, for those good people who are here, if you are enjoying the show and have not yet hit that like button, by all means do give it a quick shot. What we'll be doing here after the break, of course, is looking at some bacon seeds, and then we will carry on with the rest of the show here. I'm just trying to get there to this fairly quick eruption that we had. You can see some material fly off just as that was ejecting, and that is a lot lighter in color than the normal dark stuff that you see coming out of there, but look pretty awesome. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, you guys, and keep smiling, be good, be kind, hit that like button if you haven't done so already, and we will be back in about 5 or 6 minutes or so with our wonderful bacon seeds. So keep smiling, be good, and I hear krakens at my door. I must go. I will be back. Keep smiling, and hopefully I'll stay safe in the meantime. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'll be back. And the microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. Glad to have you all on board today. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching a VolcanoX, a live stream. Welcome, Mushroom, Dr. Fox Mushroom. Okay, thank you. Thanks, JB, and let's see, Bo Diddley is here. Welcome, Bo Diddley. And Sue, thanks. And Kananaska's Country also in the house. Thanks. Kevin, thank you. And oh, my hips. Uh-oh, Linda, don't take out a hip. That is not good. And thanks. Billy Bob Joe says welcome back. Good to have you on board. Okay, so let's carry on with what we said we were going to do, and that was to go over and have a look at some bacon seeds. And as we pass by what we were looking at, and of course, since all those earthquakes that Piggy had there, she of course is on the Aegean plate, and I had all kinds of earthquakes I guess for the last 24 hours already, or just about, something like that. Anyway, I will leave that be, but we figured that out. Let's go back to here. These were the last bacon seeds from yesterday, and let's get on to the new ones today. It's hot. It's hot. So this is what Piggy is doing to keep herself cool. It's a makeshift bathtub, and it's definitely got to cool off somehow, some way, and we don't care if it's a little small. And hopefully that is a pretty cool pig. And I like the way the top right one, where that pig is sticking his nose right into the water. That is pretty awesome. So I love it. Homemade bathtub. And you got it. Next wonderful bacon seed is this guy. And that is for all of those who don't like bacon seeds. Oh, you gotta love bacon seeds, you guys. We breathe out of what? Breathe out. Okay, your tail. Okay, that is the snorkel. All right, Piggy. I'll leave it at that. Now here's some smiles. We have some wonderful little guys. I really do like all of them. They're cute. But I think that a little black one over on the right-hand side, the one that's lowest there, that's kind of got his mouth open. He looks really, really cute. But the furthest on the right, I don't know, he almost looks like he's got a bat face. But it looks cute. It's not a bad looking piggy. So awesome. Very, very awesome. And let's get over and have a look at the next ones. And there we go. Another batch in the basket. 5 of them. And you've got the one with his eyes closed there. He's camera shy. He doesn't want to see it. And definitely, yeah. Definitely smiles, you bet. There's a bunch of smiles in there. They are doing their thing. So, gotta love it. And our last bacon seed for today is this wonderful fella. And he's trucking around in the I guess in the pigsty, or yeah, it must be over in a sty. It's got to be. That's where they would keep the straw and stuff for him. And that's it for our wonderful bacon seeds today, you guys. I know it looks like we're kind of one short, but we did have another bacon seed. It was inside that van. But along with my ice cream, it's kind of gone, you guys. Nothing I can do about it. It's just one of those things. But yeah, Like I said, this happened around the corner. I heard the ice cream vehicle go by, and I changed, and of course, by the time I got there, it was just a puddle. So that's all we got. What Daryl R sounds like thunder in the background, Doc. Thunder? You're hearing thunder? Anyone else hearing thunder? I don't hear thunder. You live at a beach? No, I don't live at a beach, but we do have some sandy areas around here. How hot is it? It's hot for us. It's really hot. Yeah, must have been feedback. Feedback? I don't think we get feedback either. I don't have any other audio sources open. That is a little bit weird. Hang on, let me double check. No, that one is off. Unless one of these stream spots has something going on. Let's see if I can locate one real quick here that has a mic, or sorry, a speaker open that could feedback. But when you were saying that, I was looking to see if there was anything on the other one, and I didn't see it. I had thunderstorms about an hour ago. It's Sue's fault. Sue had the thunderstorms. Okay, no worries. All is well. All right. I live near the beach. Peggy, you're lucky. No more shrooms for Daryl. Yeah, okay. He's hearing thunder. Okay. Okay. Darn it, Sue. Here we go. Somebody's got it happening. Anyway, let's carry on, and we will take a look at Play Me. Everybody does. Oh, no, we're just kind of goofing around. I hope you're okay with that, Sue. You're a good person, and we don't want to blame you for anything bad. It's okay. The thunder is just, it's the time travel thing, you guys. That's what it's all about. Anyway, we were trying to pop over and have a look at Merapi, and Merapi screens are not happy, and even if I go to the other one, they still don't look very happy. So no Merapi today, and unfortunately we do see it down there. Very, very small picture though, and can't tell what's going on that thermal. So let's pop over to New Zealand for a minute, and we will look at Mount Ruapehu, and that is in New Zealand. We do see it back there. The snow is melting. That snow line is definitely a lot higher than what it was before, and we are getting into, while they are starting to move into their springtime. So Daryl melted your hearing aid. What? I can't hear anything. It must be the heat. They're messing with my hearing. 101 Fahrenheit. That is pretty hot. I'm not sure. I don't think it's quite that warm here, but close. For us, it's quite hot here. 32 degrees Celsius. It was 33 a little while ago, but still roughly about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. That is enough, and we prefer it. Now, let's just say I don't mind the heat for right now. I do have to take into consideration this is August 31st. Okay, August 31st, and we are setting a record today by having this higher temperature here in Edmonton. So go global warming. And that is what's going on, and that's pretty awesome. Anyway, Ruapehu looking pretty good off in the distance. It had a cloudier start to the day, of course, when we go back a little bit. looked a little different, and then really early in the morning it had no clouds, and that is what we looked at. Well, I should have said a little bit of cloud right down on the bottom here, but that is from 6:40 in the morning. It looks pretty awesome, and nice to see, and nothing coming out. So I will leave that guy be, and we'll get on to our next one, and hopefully they will have something going on one of these. And no, I guess not. Let's go over to that one. Okay, let's try refreshing both and see which one does have something right now. And nope, stream not available. Well, let's see. Okay, what are we looking at here? Let's look at Anna Krakatoa. That's from the 22nd of June. That's actually a pretty cool shot. But that was over. That was quick. Oh, gotta love it. Gotta love it. And of course, the other one's got commercials. We'll play after the ad. Back to routine low prices at Walmart, because they're not going to charge you too much, are they? Anyway, there we go. And I'm glad we waited for the gray screen, and that is very nice looking. And of course, this is a part of our wonderful adventures of looking at volcanoes. Sometimes we get good stuff, other times we do not. Back over to Sakurajima in Japan, and that one is not bad looking. And while that's doing its thing, I'm trying to see if we can bring Ta'al up, because that is no longer working. And nope, Ta'al is not on right now, so no Ta'al. Yep. So let's carry on, and we will take a look at the rest of Japan here real quick. If I can get on the right volcano. There you are. And of course, there's Sakurajima. We can't see what it's actually throwing out right now. We don't even have an ice cream boat there. I can see it. It's way over there. So no ice cream boat, no ice cream, and no visible eruption. Popping over to our next one, there is ASO, and that is also in Japan. ASO, A-S-O is the way it is spelled. And of course, ASO is in a green state, but because it fills up with a lot of water, we get a lot of steaming from it, and that's what we're seeing right there right now. It is also at a fairly high elevation, so we see a lot of extra cloud material going through, and that is what we've got. Popping out to our next Japanese volcano, and this is Suwanoshijima. That is down south on one of the islands to the south of the mainland of Japan, and you can see that it is pluming somewhat, but again, because of all the storms and stuff, we've got a lot of clouds still in the area, and not able to tell what's actually coming from the volcano versus clouds. Going back in time, this is just about 5 a.m. You do see a little bit of a pink discoloration there, and that is likely some lava in there warming things up and giving us a little bit of a glow. Don't know 100% if that is what's happening, but it certainly looks like it's definitely in there. And yep, looking there, it might be the camera that is bad too, but you never know. So a little bit of anything is possible, and that is back to, because that shows up way up here, and I got a sneaky hunch that might be something with the camera. And who's trying to bring up weather? Yeah. Oh, Diane Craig. Yeah, JB, I brought it up there for you. That's all cool. No worries. Anyway, that is good for there. Let's pop over to Yellowstone and see if I can get that screen working. And yep, they are on Old Faithful. And that is what we see there. They're kind of zoomed in on it. Maybe it was doing something, or it is about to do something again. We'll see what happens. Of course, Yellowstone National Park in the United States, it does have over 500 active geysers. If you type in Yellowstone or Jellystone, you will be able to bring up the map for the area as well as this stream, and that would be easy if you want to. Yeah, there you go. Piggy did it, and there's the link, and you guys are welcome to go over there and have a look at whenever you like. It's definitely a good site to have a peek at, although I do have kind of a quirky thing that kind of bugs me, and you know, these guys are still transmitting in 720p, and you know, where's the 4K? Come on, you know, surely those Sasquatches can afford to chip in. Everybody throws in a couple of bucks and gets the 4K camera. It might be the infrastructure there, though, that is causing the problem as far as being able to get better signals through their lines. I know in some areas a little bit difficult, and could have been the bison, might have been the bison. That is possible as well. Let's have a quick peek, though, at Hawaii. And this one was from yesterday. And let me get on to that screen. I've got to find it first. There it is, lava. I see it. And there we are. So from yesterday, we see the hot spots here in our lava pond. This is in Kilauea, the volcano, and of course this is within the caldera. This kind of unique pattern you see here is because the lava tube is feeding it from this end with fresh lava. These spots that you see that are lit up, that is caused by gas bubbling back up, and usually that's an indicator where some of that lava is flowing out, where it's flowing in here and leaving here, and these places. There's our toe area in the back, and we'll see what it looks like. And of course, the lava tube would be in here. It's got a little vent over here where it throws a little smoke out. But let's have a quick peek and see what it looks like right now. I'm surprised it is still very, very full, and typically we see this level go up and down, but we are still quite full, and that is looking pretty awesome. Toe area I can't tell as well because of the smoke, but that's what we're seeing. And let's that is the current picture. Let's go to the other side of the caldera, and hard to see because of all that smoke. Anyway, this was the picture from yesterday. Let's refresh it, see what today's looks like. A little bit better, and of course you can see how much that area here is raised in comparison to the outer edge areas, and that is kind of a floating island of lava rock, and that is pretty awesome. This here is Pig Island, and I'm surprised it's still there. That was the original floating lava rock island, but now we've got a much bigger one that goes all the way around. There's your lava pond, a primary vent on the back end here, the tube that feeds it in through this spot here. We do see some smoke coming off the edges over there, as well as some down on the bottom here, and it's hard to tell what's going on in the back. Anyway, that is what it looks like at present. Let's go over to the thermal, and this is from yesterday, of course, and I'm just looking to see if we see any other spots there, and really we don't. There's our lava pond primary vent, the little divider or hornito there, and that is pouring into that area. We still see a glow spot from yesterday right here, but we aren't seeing as much glowing over on the other side, and it's very difficult to see what's around the edge right now. Refreshing that to the up-to-date time, I guess, is what we could call it. We see the lava pond again, a tow area, primary vent. That is cooled down a little bit, and not sure if we really see anything new on the edges as far as heated up areas, but that is about it. So that's kind of what we see at our wonderful Hawaiian Islands. And I am going to take a break. It is that time, and we will see if we can put it back somewhere. Is this going to go? I will try to leave it here and see if that will go, unless somebody else is erupting. Let me take a look at Fuego real quick before I decide to take that break. Where are we here? No, Fuego. Where are you? Fuego. Let go of my ego. Nope, Fuego is in the clouds, so I'm not going to see that. Okay, well, I don't know if this thing's going to erupt. I think I'll take the chances and leave it here for right now, since they're still looking at it. If you do happen to see a change during my break, don't panic, don't worry. It'll still be there afterwards. Anyway, for those good people who are here, hey, we're at 99 likes. Let's see if we can get it pushed up one more and get it up at least over that 100 mark. Would be really cool. 35 quakes in 14 hours now for Piggy over there in Greece, and that is awesome. Wow, that went up quick. 103 likes now. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. All right, and welcome. Maui Me says 100. Awesome, Maui. And I am going to take that 5-minute break or thereabouts, and I will be back after. And keep smiling, be nice. If you see a Sasquatch, please note the time it came and which direction and whereabouts it was. On that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I will be back in about 5 or 6 minutes after my break. Don't go away, you guys. Thanks. there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The microphone is back on. I'm glad to have you all on board, and thank you for the welcome backs from Sue, and I don't see any others. That's okay. I guess Sue's the only one paying attention. Kevin did too. Okay, thanks, Kevin Haynes, and Andy, welcome. That should be all right. Anyway, all good, all good. Grandma B says welcome back. Thank you, as well as JB. Okay, planning another trip to Mount St. Helens around the 1st of October. Hope to get some better pictures then in May. That would be awesome, Daryl. Would be cool. Okay, let's carry on here and see. We were going to take a look at some earthquakes, and we'll go from there. So, popping it back over, let's get a look at the earthquakes for today, and we'll see what's going on. Why is my screen kind of going weird? Okay, anyway, all right, there was the shot, of course, with the earthquakes where Piggy is. Piggy, of course, here on the island of Kos in Greece. And that's the earthquake swarm that she was feeling. And that gives you a pretty good idea of how close that is, and not very far away. There's Athens and the rest of Greece. Of course, she being on a plate here, and the other plate is kind of twisting. It's kind of neat seeing the way that is curving things around. They're actually what we refer to as microplates, small in comparison to the other big ones out there, like, of course, the North American plate being the biggest one. Or, sorry, no, that's my bad. The Pacific plate is the biggest one. It's better. All right. Anyway, getting over to the other earthquakes, or other earthquake map, let's have a look here at what's happening in Hawaii. There's your Hawaiian Islands, and we will zoom in a little bit and take a look. And we don't see anything new up on top of Mauna Loa. It looks like things are a little quieter there. Remember I was saying about our earthquakes, we were shy a whole bunch. Well, we are back up to a normal at 2293, so we're actually a little bit over our norm of around 2250 on the planet. So, yep, the planet is still working away. Anyway, zooming in a little bit, Pahala area is what we're looking at in Hawaii on the Big Island. And 2.3 there from today's 1705, 32 kilometers down for that guy. And then we get on to land 1.8, 5:20 a.m. Then we have that guy, that's 37 clicks down. These seem to be a little further down lately. 2.0 from yesterday at 2034, 35.5 kilometers for that one depth-wise. 35.6 clicks for this from yesterday as well at 2026, 2.2 in magnitude. Then we move over to the other one here, newer from 9:09 a.m., 30 kilometers down, and it is a 2.3. And let's grab this guy here, 2.3, 1705, 32 clicks down. This guy 1.9. 4:07 a.m. 33.3 kilometers down, and that from 4:07 in the morning. Wow, wake me up or what? 2.0 from 3:38 a.m. 34.2 kilometers down, and 2.2 37 kilometers down from 13:02. And that is it for those quakes in that area. Before we pop into Kilauea, we'll take a look at these other stragglers here. We have this latest one, 1.8, 5.5 kilometers down from 1757 Hawaii time. And then we also have this guy over here, another 1.8. and that was from 3:32 a.m., 28 kilometers down for that one. So that's kind of what we have, and this is Mauna Loa, Mauna Kea, and that is where all the telescopes are. If we zoom in, you can see them there on the top, and that is pretty cool, pretty awesome. And of course, that is where that quake was. So it's down in the lower areas. Now let's zoom in over here, and we do see the older ones that were within the caldera or very close. We do have this one here right underneath. Now this is not too far down. It is a 2.4 from 1:47 a.m. and it was a minus 1.1 kilometers, so it's 1.1 kilometers above sea level. That means it's up into the mountain itself, probably not too far away from the top of the caldera. So looking pretty awesome, you guys. And that is it for the earthquakes there in our wonderful Hawaii, and we don't mind that. Zooming out a little bit, we do take a look at some of the bigger ones here. We remember this 6.3 from yesterday. He doesn't really have too many friends, but for every one of these, there's always the old Newton's law. For every action, there's always an opposite and equal reaction. So this would cause other action in other places, like perhaps here, South Sandwich Islands, 4.7. We do see this one, 5.5 here in Fiji, 10 kilometers down from today at 15:45. But you never know which one is triggering what. Hard to say. Indonesia had a little guy here, 4.4 in the Bali Sea, 537 kilometers down. Came in at 16:20. Then we've got this one here in the Philippines, 4.2, 142 kilometers down, 6:25 a.m. This one near Guam or Mariana Islands, 4.7. Yeah, it'd be pretty close to Guam anyway, but that is from 11:14 today, and that was 35 kilometers down. Then we've got this guy here, Ryukyu Island, Japan. Anyway, 10 kilometers down from yesterday at 21:04, and then we've got some smaller ones here, 4.4. I'm not going to worry about those, 4.3, and we don't see anything else up major up there. We've got a 4.0 here on the Aleutian Islands, but that being a subduction zone, you would expect to see those. And then also something I wanted to mention here. So the quakes that Piggy has been experiencing, remember I was mentioning these down here on the Carlsberg Ridge. We had that whole big swarm, and that may have pushed up and created some pressure, and I'm wondering if that's what it is. And then this 4.5 here in Yemen, just down on the bottom end of the plate, giving this guy a nudge. And then of course we have in here these microplates, as we call them, and so you have the one that's Piggy's on, and then the other one, Anatolia plate right here. And of course they are kind of this one is kind of curving into the other plate because the bottom end is moving a little slower than the top end. And of course that will end up causing a bunch of quakes. So that one, of course, they're showing it as a 5.5, and they don't have more on this particular map, but we do have them on the other maps. We've looked at them. There's over 35 now, so lots of little tremors. Anyway, popping over, let's take a look at the Canary Islands real quick. Going to refresh that map though, since it's a little bit old already. And there we go. Notice the star changed locations real quick. 1.7 from 11:55 a.m. Between Tenerife and Gran Canaria. Let's zoom into La Palma though, because that is our location of interest. And we have had no quakes today in La Palma. Everything is from yesterday, and we see that we had, what is it? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 quakes yesterday and not one today. So that is La Palma, and that is pretty good, I guess, for them. Not going to worry about that though. So let's carry on. I'm going to refresh this map in case we click on something and it'll show recent times. So there we go. Refreshing and getting over here. There we go. We see our wonderful Astia and Philadelphia also both in yellow. And here's our two in the Azores, and of course the Michael volcano, all lonely down here in the South Sandwich Islands. And then we go up the Ring of Fire here, and I'm trying to figure out where some of these are. Where's that? Should be Popo, and there we go. And we're missing one in here somewhere. They took one away, but yeah, Fuego and Messiah, and then Recon del, what is it? Recon del Vieja down there. Of course, not too much happening out here in the Galapagos Islands either. And I think these are pretty much, there's the other Sierra Negro, and don't get that confused. There's two of them. There's another one here somewhere. So we got lots of those. The one in Nicaragua and the other one. Sangay still red, as well as Reventador, and then Nevado del Rose still fairly active there. Let's zoom out a little bit and just look at the other ones. We don't really have anything new on here that is screaming at us. And yep, still nothing from the American Samoa Islands. That is Ta'u, still very quiet. Tofua is still there doing its thing. And all our regular ones, Luolatak, Raung, and Semeru, Merapi, and Krakatau, son of Krakatoa, doing its thing. Ibu and Dakono are still happy together there. It's a fine marriage. And then, of course, these guys going up. Mayon is taking over for Bulusan, and Ta'al still there. Of course, Suwanosi Jima. I'm going to zoom into that because some people were kind of wondering when I say it's on the southern islands. There you go. It's down on the bottom there. They also had a couple of quakes here as well, which is kind of interesting. Not sure what that's all about, but Sakurajima is still showing red as well. And more little quakes going up there. And of course, Chikarachki, Ibiko back from the yellow back to a red. And doesn't surprise me that it's staying there. And of course, Karimski, I thought it was red yesterday. Maybe they changed things again. So Karimski and Bezimiani are both orange, and Shivalesh are still doing its thing. And there we go. Irish Monk says, Dr. Fox, I have a request. Please mention Uruguay. Monkus asked me to ask you. Mention Uruguay. Is there a reason that we want to mention Uruguay? Uh, let's put Uruguay on the map. And there we go. Zoom in, Uruguay. Uruguay is down here. And this is Buenos Aires. And that is where Uruguay is. Okay, and Uruguay is right next to Argentina. And I'm not sure if Paraguay is there. This must be a part of Brazil. I'm not sure where the actual line is here. But Uruguay down there. I think this may be Brazil yet, but Paraguay is here as well. So there you go. Uruguay has been mentioned and noted, and it is down here, and it is pretty awesome. Small country. I'm not sure what they do there. Feed alligators, maybe? I have no idea. But it is a fine place if you want to go vacation there, right? Wait a couple of months though. It's still quite cold. All right, moving on. Let's get over to our weather. Yep, and nothing happening. It's her home. I take orders. Oh, you take orders? Alaskan king crab, some fries, a Pepsi, of course. I'll have some cheesecake for dessert. Just email it on over. I'm ready to go. Dr. Fox, do you know what a bubble wrap was invented for? I don't know what they actually invented bubble wrap for. I'm assuming it would be for protecting people, limbs and stuff, but I'm not sure. Maybe, perhaps even insulation. A wallpaper. Wallpaper? Bubble wrap is wallpaper? Holy Batman. That is wild. Side order of empathy, Dr. Fox. Okay. Actually, I don't need empathy. No worries, Irish. Okay, Piggy, that is interesting, and I never knew that. Welcome, Dinkle Storm Chaser. Barbara, glad to have you on board. And Oz, I don't know if I said hi to you, but welcome, Oz. Glad to have you here as well. Okay, weather time. Let me get over there before this show gets way too long again. And I still have things to fix up on the other computer, so I'll refresh. That's what I want to do. And otherwise, I'm going to have a squirrel moment. I don't want to have a squirrel moment. Actually, that's what I need to fix up is the squirrel camera. So anyway, couple of things that I note right off the bat. We got L, 93L and 91L here in the Atlantic, and then we have Hinamnor over here. Our super typhoon, and that is what we're seeing right there. Let's zoom in a little bit and get an idea of what our temperatures are looking like. We are seeing it is getting a lot cooler around the Hudson's Bay area, northern portions here, like Nunavut, pretty cool, and it looks like even the Yukon is cooling off as well. Still a little bit of heat left in the Northwest Territories, but if we are looking at the Alberta and Saskatchewan and most of British Columbia, some very warm temperatures yet, and that is filing down into Manitoba as well, and then that is heading all the way down into the wonderful United States. Looking at northern Ontario, a lot cooler. Southern end of Ontario. By the way, the southern tip here, yeah, it is warmer here. But for those who are curious, if you take a look and you go over here, the southern tip of Ontario is the northern border of California. That is how low it is. So We do get some nice weather there once in a while. Too bad there's so many people there, just like California. Anyway, looking at Newfoundland, a little bit warmer. Nova Scotia, PEI, New Brunswick, they're holding in very nicely with some warmer temperatures. Eastern coast of the United States, not bad until you get up into Maine and that area, but gets a little cooler. But for the most part, holding in some very, very nice summer temperatures. Looking all the way over to Texas and those places. Really good. It's not overly hot, 31, 32 degrees, 33, 35 here in Montana. So that is still holding some very high heat. But it is not the same when you get into the western portions of the U.S. California, some very, very hot temperatures, and Death Valley, 47 degrees Celsius, 117 Fahrenheit, and that is down on the bottom area here. As we zoom in a little bit, even Phoenix, Arizona, showing in at some ridiculous thing. Let me see what Phoenix is real quick, and we will take a look. Yeah, Phoenix, 42 degrees Celsius. So yeah, 107 degrees Fahrenheit. Pretty nasty. And of course, Arizona Snowman is gonna melt. He's just right up there. He's that little puddle over there, right there. That is what we've got. So pretty nasty. Boy, that's a lot colder, Barbara. All good though. Anyway, let's carry on looking at the other temperatures. A little cooler there in Mexico, and Cancun coming in at 27 today. So they've dropped a degree from their norm of 28 degrees. Central America is still holding some nice temperatures. It is getting dark there, so the sun is going down, temperatures are going to go down. Looking at most of the Amazon here, still holding some heat on the inside. Higher elevations, of course, cooling off a lot quicker nowadays as the sun is changing. We do see this big high here causing all kinds of cold air to be bombed in. Rio de Janeiro coming in at 15 degrees. Not good for beach weather for those string bikinis. Sao Paulo, 9 degrees. And of course, Uruguay here coming in at 17 to about 13 degrees. So they actually are getting a little bit of warmer air, and the cutoff is below Buenos Aires this time around. But we see that colder air here. Hopefully that high will bring some warmer air back in and let that cold escape somewhere else. Bottom end of Chile, of course, is Chile, so we're not going to look at that. Looking over here in New Zealand, and it is a lot warmer there than what we've seen the last little while. We're even seeing some 18-degree temperatures. That is really awesome. Even down here, 14, 15 degrees. The cool side here, still a little bit on the nasty side, 7, 8, but not so bad. Looking at the North Island, they've got some really wonderful temperatures as well in comparison to what we had before. So nice to see it warmed up. And unfortunately, they warmed up, and Tasmania back down to some cooler temperatures down on the western side of it, a little warmer on the eastern side. So Hobart down on the bottom here is probably not too bad, 12. So that's not bad. And then Lanston, 13. And of course, Melbourne coming in at about 12 degrees. And Adelaide at 12. Sydney should be a bunch warmer, 18 degrees. Really nice there. Good to see that. and sliding over here, Perth coming in at 12. And of course, our wonderful Oz lives there in Brisbane, and basking in the sunshine of 21 degrees. So not a bad day in Oz, Oz's land, down under in Oz. Anyway, we do see what we've got here. Top end, fairly warm in Australia. Then we get up into the Indonesian, Malaysian, Philippine area, as well as Papua New Guinea and those places. Quite warm, seeing 27 degrees here. And let's see, yep, 27 degrees, 90% relative humidity in Bangkok. So that is pretty awesome. And here is that super typhoon, and that is now off the, I guess, well, we'll call it off the coast of Taiwan, and that is circulating out here, moving pretty fast, kind of, I guess that would be the northern portions of the Philippine Sea. So that's kind of what is happening there. Hopefully that will ease up and kind of go somewhere where there's nobody. And going up the coast of Japan, we see some very warm temperatures till we get up into the very north, and we see things starting to cool off. Sea of Japan still holding some heat as well. And it is, I think, that high still helping out, keeping the Kamchatka Peninsula a little bit warmer, and still pushing that cold air back up. But that low looks like it's winning. It's starting to get a little deeper down. Moving over, looking at India, pretty much normal. Here's that other storm that we see in the Indian Ocean, and it is doing its thing as well. And we see some shear lines right there off the coast of Madagascar, so that's kind of interesting. And then a lot of cold in South Africa. The other side is starting to warm up as well. Interesting to see that. Sliding back up, we see here in Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and the coastal areas and lower areas of Iran are quite warm. Same with the UAE, Oman, and Yemen, same kind of stuff. And looking at Africa, we see it's warm, not bad in most of it, and then Sahara Desert quite hot. And looking at Spain real quick, still holding some decent temperatures for at night. A little cooler in portions of Portugal and France for nighttime temperatures. Actually really not that bad. Going across here, we see up in the towards the Italian Alps, we are still seeing some really good temperatures for nighttime. Italy in general holding some good temperatures down in the touristy areas down here in Sicily and the bottom end. We are still seeing very, very warm temperatures. And then we get over into Greece, where Piggy lives, and we see that she's got about 25 degrees, and it's what is it? It's 4:09 in the morning, and we've got 25 degrees Celsius. So that is pretty warm, you guys, and that is wow. Hopefully there's no shaking going on anymore, Piggy, and that would be all right. Looking at France, like I said, not bad. Germany a little cooler and about normal, I guess, for the most part. Same thing goes for Belgium and Holland. We see England has got some on the coast here, a little bit warmer, but not bad. Wales back to normal temperatures, really. Same thing with Ireland. They are pretty much normal, maybe a little cooler, but that is okay. Up here in Scotland, a little on the cool side. We see Denmark cooled off again. And there we are looking at Norway, Sweden, and Finland. And up here, St. Petersburg, 8 degrees Bar. And that is what we're seeing. Cool, cool, cool. So winter is coming back for those areas. Looking at what we've got here. Pardon me. This is an interesting phenomenon that I was told about Iceland. There are certain times of the year that you will see the eastern portion of Iceland actually nicer and warmer than you will on the western side. And I thought that was always quite neat, but that is because of the way the Gulf Stream comes up and ends up getting pushed up just like what it is now. So you've got 12, 13, 14 degrees in some places on the north eastern side of the island there. And looking down here where our wonderful Ragnar is, we've got 5, 6, 7 degrees. Reykjavik coming in at about 8 right now. So not very good, and that's what we're seeing. So Yvonne Kunkel just got here. Yvonne Kunkel wants to take her vacation in the warmer area up on the north side, and that'd be better than over here where it's only 7 degrees, and it's of course 13 or 14 over here. So she can drive all the way over there and enjoy that. Hi, Yvonne. How are you doing? Anyway, let's have a look at precipitation and see what we've got. And there we go. And that's not looking very nice for what we see on the map. A bunch of different storms. We have that system between continents up on the top here. Northern, I guess, the territories are getting some rain, and northern British Columbia, not very much in the prairie provinces or down in BC. Nothing till you get really far over in the eastern portions of upper Ontario area and then into Quebec. That storm system that is sitting there in Hudson's Bay doing its thing. Same thing with what we're seeing here. All that nice warm air that they've got in New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and PEI is it's like a double-edged sword, and it has the rain and storms to go along with it, unfortunately. Quick look at the U.S. Western states, all fairly good as far as no real big precipitation. A little bit here in Washington, nothing until you get over and out to Colorado and those areas, New Mexico. I've seen Texas has got some storms, not so much here, Louisiana, but Florida seems to have the brunt of what's down there as well. And bottom end of Georgia, South Carolina, maybe a little bit. Mexico, on the other hand, there we go. Loaded Central America. A very, very poor visibility. Another fair-sized storm developing here. We'll see what happens with this one. If they end up naming it, will be interesting. Northern portion of the Amazon seeing some rain, but down here in Brazil we don't see too much. And again, a little bit here on the Peruvian side. Nothing major till you get down on the bottom of Chile and Argentina. And Uruguay has a little bit of rain. Irish monk, Uruguay. Buenos Aires, Uruguay. Big high sitting there though, and okay, sliding over. No, I'm not even going to talk about that. That's cold. Uh, anyway, going over here, you see that high sitting on top of the northern island, and there's the cold stuff on the southern island of New Zealand, and that kind of storm coming in there. I don't know if that's going to last, but we'll see. We do have a high sitting here, and it is created a shear line, and that is all good. But we do see Tasmania is got some definite rain happening, and nothing up here for Leo. So he's in the lucky side right now. Adelaide looks like it's dry as well. Same thing with Perth. We do see some rain in the middle of the country, which is probably welcome. And then we don't see very much here at Sydney or Brisbane. Sliding up a little bit more. We don't see anything really major other than this. This is another one of these that could turn into a massive storm. Hopefully nobody's going to be in the way. Sliding over Papua New Guinea area, storm. Here's more stuff out here off of Indonesia, and that is pretty normal for the Indian Ocean this time of year. And we see it's a little calmer here, and I guess that would be the South China Sea area, as they call it. But when you get over here into the Philippine Sea, you've got that monster, and that is a super typhoon, and I don't know what gives it super typhoon status, maybe the wind speed, but here is what we're seeing all the way along in Japan, and it looks like inside the Sea of Japan here on the Japanese coast, it's holding all that stuff in there, causing all kinds of rain and all kinds of bad conditions for those good people. A little bit more up here before we get to the Kamchatka Peninsula, but not too much up there. There's that low I was talking about, pulling in all that cold air, and that is changing our climate from one season to another. Moving over a little bit more, India pretty much normal. Central Africa is still there. Here's that high sitting on top of Madagascar, and it is going, we can see a low in conjunction with it, actually three of them down here, causing that quick rip to head on down. Looking in this area, of course, for rain for Piggy. And sorry, Piggy, no rain in the forecast. I see a couple little spots there that are getting some, but nothing for you, unfortunately. Sorry. And we do see some off the coast of Italy over here, so possibly raining over in Naples or some that area anyway. Rome be getting some. Not seeing anything in Spain. We have a couple places in France where we're seeing some stuff. A little bit of storm activity in the Italian Alps, and then going to the east, of course, there's some more activity. Not very much in Germany, southeast corner a little bit, and looking pretty dry in most of France, and then Belgium as well as Holland. And going in England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales, all those areas, pretty dry for the most part. Going up, nothing here in Denmark, and we do see some wonderful cold stuff, though, over the water, and not seeing too much there. A little bit in the northern portions of Sweden and Norway, and a little bit in Finland, and then of course here in Russia, St. Petersburg, getting the top edge of, or the western edge of that storm there, and going over to Iceland. And here's all that warm air. Always comes with a price, and that is what they are paying for. It looks like they're getting some ice or freezing rain conditions down here in the bottom end. Not good. And of course, there's our Reykjanes Peninsula, and Reagan's Peninsula, there we go. And of course, some rain in our volcanic area, and we don't like it, but it is there, and nothing we can do about it. And hopefully that'll disappear, and that'll be all right. Okay, let's have a look at temperatures one more time, and we will slide down here to the bottom and find our deep freeze. And I already found minus 76, 78, 79. And let's see if we can find something colder. I see minus 80 there, minus 81. And yep, and that's over in here. What about over in the other area here? Minus 82. Okay, let me zoom in just a tad, and we'll get a little bit more. Minus 83, I seen, and oh, find it again. Come on, I know it's in there. But yeah, I seen minus 83, but oh, there was. Okay, and that's all I'm gonna do. And okay, Sue found a minus 84. I found a minus 83 Celsius. Either temperature is ridiculously cold. Okay, that is Celsius, and that is almost minus 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So that is something to remember. Please make sure you bundle up your penguins and move north. That's a good suggestion, Oz. We'll move to, hey, I heard Brisbane's got some pretty nice temperatures. Can we move there? How would you like a couple million penguins moving in? Oz, are you okay with that? That would be pretty awesome. And I think they'd enjoy it there. You guys have that Great Barrier Reef and everything. We could do that. That would be really, really cool. So let's leave it at that, and all welcome. Okay, I'll let the clan of the penguins know, and if they start showing up, just remember, I'll afford them that hospitality. Okay, you guys, so a big super typhoon to watch out for, a couple big storms here in the Atlantic as well, possibly another one forming off the Mexican coast. Stay safe if you're going out boating, and stay out of Antarctica. You'll freeze to death. On those friendly notes, let's see where we can park you on a departing adventure here. I think I'm going to see if we can find Ta'al, and see if that is up and running. And then we will probably call it a day. So nope, Ta'al is not running. Neither one. Let's double check on the other one. Nope, they're not running today. So no Ta'al, and we will have to settle for a short one. So that's it for today. Double check for the ice cream boat just in case, since my ice cream truck melted. But yep, ice cream boat is there, you guys. So if you want to grab an ice cream, you are more than welcome to do so. It is 10:24 a.m. in Japan right now, and that is nice to see. Okay, thank you to all our wonderful moderators. You guys are awesome. Arizona Snowman, Piggy, C&D Boy, and all the other ones that were hiding on the sides there somewhere. And big thanks, Kevin Haynes gifted one membership. And Billy Bob Joe renewed a membership, and that's it. There are no super chats today, so we're all good there. Thank you, everyone, for being a member, for those who are in the green coveralls, and that is awesome. And on that friendly note, it is time to pack it in. Thanks, everyone, all of the entire Lava family. Appreciate all of you. Be good, take care, and we will see you all tomorrow. And sleep a time in between quakes. Piggy, good luck with your sleep. Would be awesome. And keep smiling, everyone, and be good. The ice cream boat is taking off, I think. It looks like it's moving. Or is it my eyes? I don't know. Maybe it's my eyes. Okay, never mind. Anyway, if it takes off, there's another one coming shortly. You guys can always get your ice cream. Be good, be kind, be careful, and thank you all for being here today. And we will see you all tomorrow, hopefully, and keep smiling. And please, please, make sure that you tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful night or day, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Oink, oink. Good night.